there we have it. The Gold Coast Hawks, who are favourites coming into tonight after winning twice today on the outside greens, beaten by the New Zealand Blackjacks, who finished them off on the second set in the fourth end, 9-2. Shannon McElroy is playing out of his skin, but he's certainly being helped beautifully with leads from Blake Signal and Joe Edwards. They are coming to play in front of their home crowd for the first time, the BPL here in New Zealand at the North Shore Event Centre, and that's what it's all about. And they have plenty of home support. Stephen McIver and Dylan Fisher here from the Melbourne Royals. Well, what do you make of the Blackjacks right now?
Yeah, well, like the first couple of nights of Blackjacks, they haven't played too well in this rink, but they've really found it tonight. And the way that Shannon's walking down the green, you can tell he's just he's the man tonight, so they're going to be hard to beat.
Does it excite you seeing a player of his calibre sort of in form like this, knowing they're hot right now?
He is the world champion for a reason, after all, so it's going to be a great battle between him and Aaron Sheriff, I think. It's going to be
yeah, we are looking for those sorts of battles, aren't we? Here are the matches that have been played so far and what we're looking forward to. The only match we want to think about right now, quite simply, is the final. It's the Blackjacks against the defending champions, the Sydney Lions. The Sydney Lions winning against the Gold Coast Hawks, breaking a 4-game losing streak in the tiebreaker, and the Blackjacks winning 2 from 2. So do you, with Shannon in that sort of form, are you going to favour a Kiwi team against one from your own country?
I favour the Kiwi team, but if Aaron Sheriff gets going and Twisty and Karen back him up, they're going to be hard to beat, the Lions as well. It's going to be an absolute cracker, mate. Can't wait.
It is going to be a cracker. I appreciate your time. Go back and have another beer and enjoy it. And thanks for spending some time with us.
Good on you, mate. Cheers.
Dylan Fisher from the Melbourne Royals. Let's now meet the two teams in the grand final of BPL05.
Here we go. It's final time for the Bowls Premier League 05. Are you ready? All right, let's get our first team onto the rink. It's the Sydney Lions. Back-to-back singles champion of the world, Karen Murphy. 2011 World Singles Champion of Champions, Aaron Sheriff. And the 2011 World Under-25 Singles Champion, Ben Twist. And the coach of the Sydney Lions, Steve Dawson.
Sydney Lions, the defending champions, and they've finally found their mojo on the night that matters. It's finals night, and they're through to defend their title. Ben Twist, Aaron Sheriff, and Karen Murphy, who joins me right now. I thought I noticed just a little bit of a nervous sort of pat on the back of Aaron there.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. You know, it's really exciting to be in the final again, and very exciting to be playing the Blackjacks in New Zealand. So
yeah, it's one of those old classics, the good old Trans-Tasman showdown. You love it, don't you?
Oh, we do. We love a good Trans-Tasman showdown. So look, I think the crowd will get right into this tonight, and I think it'll be a really good game.
Go and have some fun, Karen.
Thank you, Ta.
All right, and get loud for your New Zealand Blackjacks. Two-time world champion and current Commonwealth Games champion, Joe Edwards. He's the current singles champion of the world and the most popular bloke in this place, Shannon McElroy. And the current world force champion, Blake Signal. The coach, Sharon Sims.
No shortage of talent for the New Zealand Blackjacks coming into this final, and Shannon McElroy is playing out of his skin right now with Blake Signal and Joe Edwards certainly leading off beautifully. Mate, timing is everything, Shannon. You boys have just timed it perfectly.
Yeah, I think all three of us are just gelling really well now. We've got the grips of this rink, so we just need to continue what we've been doing because obviously working.
Good old Trans-Tasman battle, time to bash up those Aussies, mate.
Yes, definitely. This will be a good one to win. So, you know, it's going to be tough. Some pretty good players out here. So, let's hope for the best, play well, make the best team win.
Looking forward to it, pal.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Shannon McElroy and the team ready to go in the final of BPL05. It is the classic old Trans-Tasman showdown, and poor old John Macbeth's on his own up there with 𝘗𝘳𝘰𝘶𝘥𝘆 and Jumpin' Jack Heron. You poor thing. Let's go, boys. This is the big one.
At least I'm not stuck in the middle. They did try to put me change position so they could just sort of jam me out, you know, keep the Kiwi out.
By the way, that'll be enough of the bash up the Aussies. Thanks, Steve, if you wouldn't mind.
They've said to me, we hope that the Sydney team get on top early so they can quieten this crowd, because the crowd's really playing a big part in this, isn't it?
Oh, a huge part. I mean, they're all here to see the New Zealand Blackjacks bring this home for their country. There's no doubt it's a Trans-Tasman clash with, well, the defending champions, and Shannon McElroy is leading the way on this rink. He's been in superb touch here tonight.
What an advantage it's been for New Zealand to essentially play all the way through, Kelvin.
Yeah, it's a huge advantage. You can just see it with every game how much better they've got. They've got better with every game. They started off in the preliminary final in fine touch, and they're just on momentum at the moment, all one way, and that's forward.
If you have just tuned in to the Bowls Premier League final, you have timed this one to perfection. This is the two best teams in the competition going head-to-head. The format, 2 sets of 5 ends apiece. If we can't separate the two teams after that, we go to a 1-end tiebreaker, and you can be almost guaranteed, John Macbeth, that this will go down to the wire.
And I think we must point out here too, this is a sport in which the Australians can actually bowl underarm legally.
Oh,
you know,
tell me that didn't just happen.
It didn't. No. It's only 58 years ago.
You have waited until the final night and the final game.
That's right. It's just, you know, just to sort of keep it even.
It's good to see you moved on.
Yeah, that's right.
And New Zealand.
Well, never forget that. You realise it will never be forgotten. Good correction here from Joe Edwards.
They have started so well in every game tonight. It's been the difference. It's been the one thing that they've been able to change from their previous nights, New Zealand, is the way that they start their matches.
Yes, and I think with Joe Edwards getting out on the park straight away, she's leading the way as well. She's getting her bowls in the head, giving Shannon McElroy the opportunity to play all the shots when he's been needed. But right up front, and even Blake Signal, he's had a great game as well tonight, and he's found the form, and the three of them now are working together as a team, where I think they've just been a little bit individual and just not supporting one another over the last few days.
I think, you know, we chatted through the nights about this, and even up till this afternoon, we really, the Blackjacks have played scratchily and just got in, basically, you know, and it would have been no surprise with some of their form if they'd missed out on the top 4.
Yep.
But when it's mattered tonight, they've just picked their game up immensely. But it has been mainly because tonight both Edwards and Signal have led pretty well. And Shannon hasn't had to try and save all the time. He's been able to complement them with some good draw play himself. So it makes a huge difference, doesn't it, if the entire 3, as you said, Kelvin, are on target.
Well, John, I think you're saying playing pretty well. I think they've been fantastic. Yeah. They've brought their form to the table at the right end of the event, and they've just got better.
So Shannon McElroy walking to the mat. This man has been unstoppable in the BPL05 final night. And the New Zealand Blackjacks are on the home turn, and they've been doing their best work on the home turn.
Yes, this world champion, Shannon McElroy, recently crowned the world champion at Christchurch back in the end of 2016. Well, he has led them all the way, and once again, not far away here, Shannon McElroy, well, he's on fire. He is absolutely burning on this carpet.
She's got some good boards, that woman there. There was a 𝘗𝘳𝘥𝘆, our All Black captain, now crossed out, and nah, Shannon McElroy. Now, Helen Clark, who? Joe Edwards. Helen Clark, former Prime Minister.
Ben Twist on the move. Early in this first end, he's taken the jack away. It's out of bounds.
They're all in the ditch, are they? Are they all in the ditch or not?
Just drops in Benny's bowl. Yep.
Now that's no toucher, that's picked up.
So that'll be respotted.
Yep.
You won to the Blackjacks.
It's one of the great things about this format is that it's respotted and play continues, and the complexity of this head changes once again for Shannon McElroy.
He's left that drive in his arm, I think. Yes. Oh, he didn't have the drive, did he? No, Ben Twisted.
One of the very few loose ones he's played tonight.
Yeah. So a lot of room here for Twist to draw within.
A flick of the fingers. Does that mean he's quick as well or not? Doesn't look to be too bad.
It's a wide line, but it's becoming a very good line. And it gets inside for one.
Aaron Sheriff applauds. McIlroy needs a metre off of the last one. The Jack's been respotted, so it's still on the centre line. He looks to be racing again, is he? Unless he rests on that. Oh.
So here's a small window early on for the Sydney Lions.
Yes, a real opportunity here for Ben Twist. He's just played a really good weighted bowl. He's got a bit of room here to make this count. First end of this final. Hurries the call from his teammate.
Yeah. His line looks pretty strong. Can't quite get it up.
Oh, might be still on a measure there. That'll be second shot, won't it?
Don't know.
If it is going to be measured, I think we'll need the assistance of a second official because it's quite a long measure.
So we've got one to Sydney and we're measuring for the second.
In this final.
I'll do it, so I'll mark the closest New Zealand bowl.
We certainly know it's one to the Sydney Lions so far.
Yeah.
Become almost more of an industrial measure as opposed to a standard bowls measure. It is quite a long one. And maybe in some of the earlier games, they would just take one look at that and say, yeah, it's probably two to someone. But this is a final. There's $25,000 on the line. And the pride of being the champion for BPL05.
One shot to the Sydney
Again,
Lions.
that's deceiving. I thought that from our first view that was a second for the Sydney Lions. They kick off this grand final of BPL05 with a single on the first.
There's a missed chance there for Ben Twist, really.
Yeah. Now, we did notice that you've changed camps again. We saw you sitting down there with the Sydney Lions.
Yes.
First night you were with Brisbane. Second night you were with Perth.
I've jumped ship.
You've jumped ship again.
I was down there having a talk to the Sydney Lions coach for a little while.
The Brains Trust, Steve Glasson.
Yeah, I was just trying to pick his brains, see what they were going to do.
But you were there quite a while.
I was selling him some insurance at the same time.
Picking his brain wouldn't take long.
My managing director, Ian Hopper.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah.
My employee as such.
Yeah. And you were talking about Clive Adams on the microphone, weren't you? And a great job he's doing there.
Didn't he just absolutely rip it to pieces in that final?
Electrifying stuff.
I would suggest that if Clive Adams is looking for a career change, he could head to the UFC. He wouldn't be out of place doing the ring announcing there. He was terrific. It's got all the feelings of a big match, this one. And it culminates in Sydney and New Zealand. And every single bowl counts in the BPL05 final.
Omar's trying to get there.
Well, we've got Aaron Sheriff, one of the great draw bowlers around. Just a couple short there. Edwards is winning that contest so far. And this is the second end.
And she's been in good form as well. And she played a good bowl. She looks pretty good again if she's got the running. Trying to get there. Well, great track at may count.
Looked a haul up early, didn't I? I thought it was going to run on nicely. Yeah, good line.
If you want to change, you can, mate. You probably can't draw the shot there.
Ben Twist is suggesting to Aaron that drawing the shot may not be a possibility. Maybe he doesn't know who he's talking to.
Yeah, that's right.
Just going to cut under
Twist
here.
might have been right.
Yeah. Crowd watching on intently. Big Blue looks fantastic. It's held up beautifully for 4 days.
There's a fantastic view of the rink.
Barely a spare seat in the house at the North Shore Events Centre. Joe Edwards has been very, very good up front for the Blackjacks in all 3 of their matches tonight. This might be a Joe Edwards special. Bang on target.
Stop it, Joe.
Dynamite stuff.
Yeah.
2 of the best.
She's got that steely look of determination about her.
Well, she's won many titles, and I'm sure she'd love to win this title.
And this is how
have a look at this.
You don't get to world #1 by accident, Kelvin.
Absolutely pin perfect, front toucher, falls out. Ideal too for Shannon McElroy. Back to bent twist on the Sydney Lions.
Who, it's got to be said, is under the pump a little bit early on.
Well, it's a very good lie for the Blackjacks here early in the second end. It's not a bad effort.
Let go. Let go, mate.
Starts bending. If it starts bending, Ben, what a beauty.
Well, great shot. It looks like #1.
What is Chris Green, our marker, telling us?
Up and down, Joe said. Well, it looks only inches away.
Still a fair bit to play out on end #2. There was immediate interest from the crowd. Likewise from Shannon.
Oh,
He's got to find it an extra. Up he comes to be in the neighbourhood.
Well,
he's knocking on the door.
It's a measure, says the marker. He's not willing to put his reputation on the line. The players will be well aware of what it is. Joe Edwards, I can see studying. You can see her down the end there, leaning. She's looking, trying to work it out.
Yes, it's very, very close. They're only inches away.
Hurry, mate.
Ben Twist.
Hurry.
Hurries the call from his teammate. Looks good.
Quicker. Guitar.
Looks really good. Wow, so close.
Those 1, 2, 3, 5 bowls from these 2 skips parked up there.
He's responded beautifully on this end, Ben Twist. Plenty of positive reinforcement from Joe Edwards, who's standing at the head for the Blackjacks. Said to Shannon, just back yourself. He's been the man tonight.
Well, he's playing weight. He's after some sort of contact.
Narrow.
May need to get lucky. No. Well, just under. Weight was good.
So from that, would you suggest that Joe Edwards believes that they haven't got shot, eh? They wouldn't be playing. That was still a measure according to... But they have to make a call, don't they? The guys on the head have to make a call.
Yeah.
She thinks they're down.
15 seconds becomes 10. Becomes 8. Ben Twist is sailing very close to the 30-second shot clock. Got it away at 5. It's just that added element of pressure, Kelvin, as if there's not enough to worry about.
No, well, Ben Twist wants to get behind here. Needs to get down the back.
That's good home, mate.
Good home's the call from Aaron Sheriff. Well, going by Shannon McElroy's previous bowl, he must think he's down. Joe's having a very good look at the head. Blake signal on the sideline. He wants to know as well.
What he can do is maybe make contact with that.
Well, he's changed his hand for one. He's gone to the forehand now.
Maybe to push his own ball on or feather off that. No, feather off that would have been handy, wouldn't it? No, that outside bowl.
This becomes a very important measure.
Chris Green, our marker.
He's got the calipers out. It's such a close measure. He's going to need to do this very gently.
Hope he's got steady hands.
Oh, might be black.
You're biased, though.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But
you're not allowed to.
He's going to measure it. He's going to measure it 3 times.
Gee, look at how close this is. Blackjacks for 1. 1-all after 2 ends. An arm wrestle in the BPL05 final. power play on its way. And it'll be the Sydney Lions who blink first and go for double points.
There we have it, 1-1.
Gee, you know, both teams playing, thinking they had, or thinking that the Lions had the shot, I think, weren't they? They were thinking that.
Seemed that way.
Yes, well, very interesting.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's 1-1. We start again in this final.
Yeah.
Third end, and the Sydney Lions, Steve Glasson and Karen Murphy, have chosen the power play on the third end.
Good call, do you think?
Oh,
well, it's an early call. And it's not a bad start from Joe Edwards.
perfect green. Sheriff, master. Watching that, looks to be a bit narrow.
Yeah, good weight.
Some have been deceived before by the camera angle.
Perfect weight. Just jack high. You don't want to let this lady in. Joe Edwards, perfect delivery. Great view of the rink in this final.
This is on a very, very nice path towards the orange jack. Joe Edwards has shown the way so far in the final.
Yes, lovely track.
Ooh, it's a different view of Sheriff side on, watching him, his head following, his eyes watching closely. Ben Twist doing the same. Jack, maybe, no.
Wow.
Just sneaks past a jack sigh of relief from Aaron.
I think it was a sigh of relief from, yeah, that's right, from the others as well, wearing black.
At the moment, it's 2. Looks like 2 to the New Zealand Blackjacks. Probably not close enough at this stage. Sydney Lions power play. Joe Edwards, she'll be trying to cut him down here. Just reaching, falls in it, maybe a counter, maybe not.
Plenty of room here for Sheriff. Just drag one in.
Too much room, I think. Aaron Sheriff will be much closer with this one, I would expect.
He just took a bit off. If he takes the jack, he'll be low. Oh, he's just slid past again.
The finest of feathers.
Whoa. Might have been holding 3 with a movement then.
Gee.
Well, a little touch of the jack.
Yeah.
Could have made a couple.
So New Zealand need to be careful of that. Now, McElroy will be aware that you see here when he was just sliding in, if the jack had moved across, they could have had 3.
Well, jack moved and then fell back in the same spot.
So McElroy just staying with that same hand as that which Edwards used.
Aaron Sheriff is mic'd up for us in the final. Omar, it looks tense from up here. I can't even imagine how tense it is down on Big Blue.
Nah, it's good fun, mate. That's what it's all about. You know, come to the start of the week, you want to play the last game of the event, and that's where we're at now, so it's awesome.
Mate, what are your chances? You just fancy yourselves, defending champions?
Oh, of course. Yeah, we've finished second. We've played well all week. We just got to put it together. Yeah.
You're going well there. This is, I mean, it makes it so tense, doesn't it? Because the Blackjacks are on a bit of a roll. They've had, this is their 3rd game, and Joe's been playing well. It's a good battle between the 2 of you up front.
Yeah, no, it's always you always know what you're going to get when you play against Joe. She's a star and has been for a long time. So I just got to try and nail my line. I got my weight thereabouts to start nailing my line a little bit, and yeah, we'll go from there.
Well, we'll let you guide Benny home with this one. Good luck.
Cheers.
Great insights in the final to be able to just jump onto the green and on the blue, sorry, have a chat to one of the best that the world has ever produced.
Don't you like that attitude? Hey? No, we're not tense, mate.
I love that.
We're here for this.
It looks tense out
We
there.
didn't come here to do anything other than play the final.
We're not here for a haircut. Yeah.
No.
Very relaxed, wasn't he? Like a day out the beach. Well, Ben Twist on a good track.
His weight's going to be the thing here. Can he push this shot up?
That'll be number 1, I reckon. It could be. Well, it's just fell out, that bowl. Remembering it's a power play for the Sydney Lions.
Yep. Shannon McElroy on the way back. 1 to Sydney.
That's the call from the marker. So the last bowl of Ben Twist was shot.
So Ben Twist will have 1 remaining after this from Shannon McElroy.
That's the potential of that jack moving, eh? They're not worried about it. McElroy looking to draw it. This is the power play for the Sydney team.
Well, he's after the shot to start with. Half that bowl, roll across, and that'll be number 1 from Shannon McElroy. Absolutely perfect, and the crowd go crazy here. To the Kiwi.
So that changes the approach now. Power play.
Perfectly weighted bowl, halves off their own bowl, rocks across for 1, and now Ben Twist will be after that one.
Last bowl.
Where are you going?
Third end.
Gee, this one is going to have a big say on the match. If Sydney can try and turn this into 1, it won't be a counting shot for Ben Twist and the Sydney Lions. Not a bad effort. New Zealand will take 1, and at the same time, they will save the Sydney Lions power play.
Well, great defence.
2 to 1 is the score. And the Blackjacks, John, are going to hold on to that power play.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to cash it in on end number 5.
Well, I've got it flashing on the board, but we didn't see it come up. So,
no, I didn't see that, and they're not holding it up either. So you would suspect that it's not the power play.
not power play, good. Yeah.
Just pulling up short there.
Yeah, it's about her loosest one, isn't it?
Yes.
That the tension, though, you know, I think you've talked about adrenaline and that when you're battling against a power play, and they were successful there. So just to keep it held and, you know, come back with, as I often said, a stunning end and a big victory. Trying to keep going after that is difficult. Joe Edwards has done it so many times, having played at that maximum level, biggest competitions.
Well, I think the big point from that previous end was that the Sydney Lions did not win their power play. So, in actual fact, that's a win to the New Zealand Blackjacks, because there's no doubt their power play will be coming on the final and 5th end.
𝘗𝘳𝘰𝘶𝘥 was talking about this in the preliminary final, that it may not be 1 end, it may be 1 shot, it may be an individual act of brilliance. It kind of feels like it's shaping this way in the final, doesn't it?
Yeah, certainly is. Just feel that Sydney can't afford to let the New Zealand Blackjacks get in front, because they've got the crowd, they've got the support, and Shannon McElroy, he's not going to need much motivation to really start getting going.
Sydney holding shot here. I just wanted to be up this time, and she is. She's done it. She's got 2 shortish bowls. Not holding shot, New Zealand, but that's in a better position.
It's probably not Joe's best end. She might be saving him for the New Zealand power play.
Yes.
Something up a sleeve, maybe.
Aaron Sheriff is on the march.
A bit wide again.
Yeah, a couple though. Oh no, just 1. So, and also maybe, you know, players sort of prefer sometimes going one way, don't they? You know, maybe she won't be unhappy about that, of playing the other way, where she's been pretty good, Nick.
Yeah, some players tend to play differently in different directions. You're right there.
The form Shannon McElroy's in tonight, I think you could put him on the motorway and he's still getting close. He's been brilliant.
Yes, it hasn't certainly bothered him tonight.
This might be another one to go with the highlights reel tonight.
Yeah.
He's a one-man show. Shannon McElroy.
Called the most popular man in the house.
He was.
Walks on water.
He just about could, yeah.
If New Zealand were able to knock this event off, and he will be walking on water tonight because
kind of looks like they're all walking on water.
He's played really well. And how good would it be to see the first event BPL outside of Australia, and New Zealand Blackjacks take it out.
Shannon's first shot was just simply outstanding.
But you know, Kelvin, it's a long way to go in the game of bowls, isn't it? Even though it's only 5 ends in. And as Jack said, one shot can change things, and everyone's aware of that. New Zealand at the moment looking really good on this, the 4th end of the first set. Just holding one, and now Twist has been asked to move that Jack.
He's got a bowl about 16 inches behind if he could trail a Jack.
He was very narrow last time. If he takes, it's a shot bowl, he'll get shot. If he
he's got
gets
weight.
the Jack, he'll get shot.
Yes, he's got it.
He's done it beautifully. That's great. That's the one shot that can change this end. Holding 2.
Well and truly worth a replay this one, Kel.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. That's what he was after. Trail of the Jack, couple of shots to the Sydney Lions.
And to rewind back to the final in November of BPL04, it was Ben Twist who set the tone. It wasn't Aaron Sheriff. It was Ben Twist who really
was having a go at that green bowl, trying to play it onto the second green bowl, get both of them out, gets one out, that's all, and gets the one, so one shot there, and Twist is on the sprint down. McElroy flicks the ball to the mat for him. So now another one from Twist.
Still plenty of time left on the shot clock. It's down to 15. 30 seconds available for the players with every shot. Sydney trail by 1.
Changes his hand because the Jack's moved.
Well, it's bonus time really for Ben Twist. Got a lot of room to make another. Well, is it going to get back? Too wide.
It hung out there, didn't it? So just the one, but a good end there for the Sydney Lions. It's 2-all, and the power play is to come from New Zealand.
Low scoring, Kelvin.
Well, it can't be any closer, can it, in this final 2-all? Sydney Lions, Ben Twist had an opportunity to really, well, at least stick another one in there. They could have led by 1 going to this last end. Not that it probably matters now because it's a power play for the Blackjacks. It's locked in at 2-all. Whoever wins this end will win this first set in this BPL05 final.
And importantly, for the New Zealand Blackjacks, as Sydney start positively through Aaron Sheriff, Blackjacks are 3 from 4 tonight with their power plays.
Well, that's why they're going well, because if they can win the power plays, they're going to be in the box seat.
Maximum length here. The net's well back, and the Jack is as far as it's allowed.
Pretty good start from Aaron Sheriff.
Here come the Blackjacks. Joe Edwards won't be too dissatisfied with that as a first up.
The crowd was certainly riding. You get a fair in the background, pushing that and follow on, urging it along.
There'll be a concerted call soon to blow, and everyone will blow and just give it that extra.
Turn the fans on.
Yeah.
It's off target. Only a very small adjustment for Joe Edwards to make with this shot. First one was pretty darn good.
It's only about 1.5 feet. She's just got to try and beat her bowl. She'll get the shot. It's all on a weight now. Looks really good.
Oh, set on that'll be offline. That'll do.
And that'll be good enough. That's a winner. The closest so far. I've got the feeling it won't be close enough, though.
Yeah, not with the amount of star power out on Big Blue.
Sheriff's on the march. Could be 2 here if he grabs it. And he's got the shot, though. Falls in. Great retort from Aaron Sheriff.
Rebecca Jelly, one of our 2 markers in the final. She just indicates one green paddle. The Sydney Lions hold the shot.
Shannon McElroy asking his partner, Joe Edwards, just to draw another one, get another one close for him. So he's got maybe an option to play another shot. She may even draw it, but anything down the back here is going to be very handy for Shannon McElroy, right on the re-spot as well. So he'll be happy with that. He's got a shot to play.
For our viewers at home, that red dot, that's exactly where Joe Edwards wanted to be, as close to that as possible. What's Ben Twist thinking here, Kelvin?
Well, he's in the box seat. His teammate Aaron Sheriff has got one. He's got to get another one in there, because there's no doubt Shannon McElroy, he'll be trying to get rid of that Sydney Lions green bowl.
It's good too. You know, the 4 seconds the way he played the timeout. McElroy and Sheriff are chatting to each other down there. You know, they know each other so well. They play each other all the time. Oh, this is going to a good home too. Should be right.
Sideways, mate.
Covering that spot. Yeah, closer to the spot. Yeah.
When you hear it, Aaron Sheriff saying that gives us the spot. So if the jack was to go out of bounds or be killed, the end, the jack would be respotted back on that red dot. Well, he's playing a running shot, Shannon McElroy. He's after the green bowl.
He's going to take his own one out. Knocks the green. Knocks the jack. Closest to the green bowl.
No change.
Absolute chaos. Something similar, mate.
That was a top shot though, wasn't it?
All but.
Yep.
All but the shot. Well, it's still lonely because New Zealand have got a good second shot.
New Zealand's power play, but it does say just whoever gets one on this wins the first set.
Shannon McElroy has the last bowl, importantly. But it's Ben Twist who has tried to some form of blocker, Kelvin.
Well, I'm not sure that's where Ben wanted
clearly
it.
from there.
I was trying to dress it up a little bit for him.
Yeah. Well, they're going to drive.
He's going to go down long and straight, looking for some sort of carnage.
Oh, no!
He's moved the jack.
Well, I think Sydney have survived again somehow.
Goodness. That's as good as an attempt from Shannon McElroy as you are likely to see.
Well, he's got a bit more target now, so I think it looks like Sydney Lions holding one still. Ben Twist needs to, ideally, front toucher.
A deep breath by the young man from St John's Park in New South Wales. Whoever scores off this end will win the first set. And it's Twist with the fate of the Sydney Lions resting with him momentarily. Shannon with one more to come.
This is bending well.
Doesn't want to give Shannon a guide. Well, there we see it, the green shot, the green bowl, which is the shot. You're going to see Shannon McElroy look to get the jack in the ditch or get rid of the green bowl.
So you're thinking that the orange jack, Kelvin, is headed for the ditch?
Headed for the ditch, that's what he wants, jack in the ditch.
He has his own shot in the ditch won't be... He could end up more than one down here if it doesn't work for him.
He's barely put a foot wrong tonight, Shannon McElroy.
Shit!
The Sydney Lions are one step closer. One step closer to defending their Bowls Premier League crown. And they scratch and they claw their way to the first set. They take it 3-2. The second set and the conclusion of the BPL final coming up after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the conclusion of the match, we do ask that you hang around comfortably in your seats there when we do the presentations. We'll certainly get them underway very quickly after the conclusion of the match, and we'd ask that you do stick around and congratulate the premiers for BPL05 and see them receive their wonderful winning trophy. So we ask you to stick around after the match. Still a break. Who's looking at Sydney to come back? Oh, sorry, not to come back. They won the first set. Who's looking at Sydney to finish it off? Oh, who's looking for New Zealand to come back? There it is.
People killing, people dying. Children hurting, I hear them crying. Can you practice what you're preaching? Would you turn up?
One set to play in this grand final of BPL05, and the Sydney Lions have taken the first set by 3-2. So singles only on each of the scoring ends, 3-2. The changes have been made. The substitutions are in play. Karen Murphy for Sydney and Blake Signal for the Blackcaps. The last set of this competition, will it be the last action or will we go to a tiebreaker? It's up to the Blackjacks now to grab a set and force it into a tiebreaker.
Well, it's going to be close, I think. We've seen 5 ones in the first set, so great opening bowl there.
Karen Murphy.
Absolutely perfect. Straight off the bench, straight onto the rink, front toucher. Yes, welcome.
That'll be really good for her nerves, just to calm her down.
Perfect start. And it's just what they wanted. It's been a game of ones. Will we see a multiple soon? Blake Signal's opening bowl. Karen Murphy set the pace on her first bowl.
If anyone loves a battle, it's Karen Murphy, isn't it? You see almost, you can sense a steeling of her resolve when she knows that the crowd's not with her. Eh?
Well, the pressure's on her, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, pressure's on.
It's very unusual. Karen Murphy normally has all the Aussie fans right behind her, cheering her on. She's got the work against her here.
She certainly does.
Because it's 99%, well, can I call them Kiwis? Blackjacks?
Yeah.
New Zealand supporters?
Yeah. And whenever she's played in New Zealand before, it's like a normal outdoor venue. There's no noise at all. Beautiful bowl here from Signal.
Very handy.
And very rarely when she plays in New Zealand in world events is she against New Zealanders in the final. It's not always, it doesn't work out that way all the time. She's got steely resolve.
Oh, yeah.
564 international appearances. She's the most capped Australian player in history. 2-time Australian Female Bowler of the Year, 6-time Australian Indoor Champion. She does her best work on indoor surfaces as a rule.
It's pretty handy.
It's good. She's holding shot, though. Sydney Lions hold the shot. Front toucher.
Well, Karen looks pretty happy there. And of course, this man on screen, well, we've got the 2 current world outdoor champions on the one rink at the one time. That's how high quality this tournament is. The best of the best.
Blake Signal has been crucial tonight. Early call from the crowd.
Whoa.
Blake's going to want to just jump down a bit.
It was a good weight, but it was... Just wanted to play it on to that, but he's on the spot anyway.
How often have we seen that, John, in the last 4 days?
Yeah. I want something here. Look at Sheriff, he's loving it, eh? Oh, he's always got a grin.
Looks very relaxed, doesn't he? No nerves there. Ben Twist and Steve Glasson, Sydney Lions coach, who replaced Gary Willis, by the way, as the coach of last year's winning team at Pine Rivers.
It's a bit tough. You win the premiership and get the sack. It's like he's Claudio Ranieri.
Well, it's the current Australian coach taking over the Australian assistant coach. I'm the man for the job, Steve Glasson thinks.
White answered him, yeah. 𝘱𝘳𝘦𝘴𝘦𝘥 is just continuing his electric form. He's grabbed tonight. and said, I'm going to make it my own. And this will also find a pretty comfortable home at the back.
Very good weight. It's another one just behind, and if there was any contact made with that shot bowl, Jack could go back. This is where Aaron Sheriff wants to be. Trying to get amongst those New Zealand black bowls. Well, he's just about put it down exactly where he wanted it.
What's next for New Zealand, Kelvin?
Still play it, can't they? Just play onto that shot.
I think you'll find you'll still play a little bit of weight, bit of contact on the shot bowl.
Yep. Still got the catches.
The Jack could go anywhere.
Well, it could bounce off Aaron Sheriff's last bowl.
He's got to hit it first, Shannon, and he misses. Still one to Sydney. What's Aaron thinking now, Kelvin?
Well, I think he's got to try and get another bowl past the Jack again. Bit of position. There's a big chance the Jack could sort of come off his last bowl and go out towards the side.
Or it could go backwards.
Here we see some
and there's
supporters.
a blackjack there.
Sydney Lions, Freddie Ayu. He's gone the wide track, but he's trying to get around the back. The Jack could splash sideways.
Get it this time, bud.
And be aware, Jack, the Jack could bounce backwards. And New Zealand's got the shortest bowl.
Yep. Wouldn't that be fitting?
Yeah, it would be.
On your own home deck, Shannon McElroy with force is going to miss.
Ooh, almost took his own. But a slide on that wouldn't have hurt.
Sydney Lions just keep edging forward. One shot. They're doing this the hard way in the final.
Shannon's just dropped off a little bit from the previous match. A couple of run shots just missed. Karen Murphy's bowl stayed there for the entire end.
Did
no
not move.
change.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well picked up.
Can she repeat it? Sure she'd love to, as this is the final game. BPL05.
We go back to that first night when we're on and we're looking at possible finalists, and we're saying, well, the Lions are looking so good. You know, surely they'll get in there. Same thing second night, they were always there. Same thing last night. Yep, they're already through, basically. Things happened today where they might have missed out, but they are now in the final. So we accept they were a team that we expected to be here. Not so the Blackjacks. I think there were other teams that we were picking ahead of them. So what they've done tonight has been really outstanding when you consider the way some of those other teams that got into the Final Four and outside there, like Perth, we thought they might have been up here ahead of the Blackjacks.
Well, for New Zealand, after they went down to Adelaide last night in a pretty loose and scrappy affair, as Karen Murphy is very, very good there. But, John, you're absolutely right. We wondered whether they had the goods in New Zealand. We wondered whether they'd hit a bit of a submerged log and there was no coming back from it. To their credit, they've fought hard today.
On my word.
Well, they've dug deep as a team, and I think, like we were saying earlier, they just weren't working as a team, and now they've come to the party. And they've earned their spot in the final.
Yeah, they have.
They've played well.
Yeah, they deserve to be here, without doubt.
Semi.
And then on the other hand, sort of to a similar point to yours, John, Sydney lost 2 games today, and everyone had written them off. Everyone said, oh, Sydney can't win from here. So for them to just back themselves in has been really, really good too.
And I think the good thing with Sydney was that they beat the Hawks. They had a rest.
Yeah.
And then they've come out and regrouped, where New Zealand Blackjacks have had to just go. Come straight back from their previous game, straight onto the rink. So they haven't been able to even talk tactics.
Pressure on Signal now. He needs one in there. He needs to get in amongst Murphy's bowls.
You can feel the crowd. They're urging this to be a good bowl.
Yeah. It has to be, Kelvin. It has to be close. It's got to try and alter the result of this end.
Oh, that's poor. And Black Signals let them down at this. Two really short bowls.
Well, disappointing end, and that's what happened last night. It was just that chance where Shannon McElroy didn't get enough bowls in the head, and this is not the time to do it. So no. Blake Signal's got to lift his game very quickly.
He does, because the Lions will soon sense. They're like lions. They sense when someone's weak.
Well, this man's hungry.
Yeah.
Can't let this man have any opportunity at all, because he's going to stick the nail in the coffin.
He's going to be just a tiny little bit strong, but it will still lock in the jack in and around the green Sydney bowls. 4 shots, as you said, John. New Zealand are under immense pressure.
No, this man's under...
No, McElroy is.
Yes.
So first of all, he's just got to get on amongst those and cut it down.
Yeah, he's got to try and break this up. Get something positive happening for the home team. He's going to be around the mark. He's going to be possibly even better than around the mark. Can he take the jack? No, he can't.
Still might be 3. Might be 4 still.
Well, no mucking around. You can see Aaron Sheriff. He's chipping at the... Chipping to get on and go.
Yeah, he wants to keep pressure on McElroy too by making it quick. Gets that shot clock going.
Karen Murphy making a lot of noise at the head. It's not a bad result. It'll stay in.
So what do you think there? 3?
It should be 3. Shannon McElroy did move one of Sydney's bowls.
Certainly 3. He was in the area with his previous bowl. Can he correct? Can he correct? Shannon McElroy, crowd's urging him on.
Question of his speed from here on in.
Falls back off. That could nearly be, but he's only one down. So it's a good bowl. It's reduced the count.
Good play by Shannon. That was nearly a disaster. Aaron Sheriff.
You want to turn, he's come on the other hand.
He's been very, very prominent in the big matches in the Bowls Premier League.
Well, he'd like to trail the jack. Any touch on the jack
and he's going to be very close, just not close enough. Well done, New Zealand. They had to scramble and play a bit of defense. And they've got this back to 1 shot with 1 to come.
You can see Shannon McElroy's previous bowl, 3 or 4 down, gets second shot. He's got 1 bowl to play. Well, can he get the shot? How big would that be?
Well, it would be deflating to the opposition, that's for sure.
Well, he's chasing.
He looks narrower than he was.
Well, he's got a bit more weight, maybe. Well, the crowd are urging him on. He doesn't want to touch the jack, really, because it could go bad. Well, that's a good result for the Blackjacks. Only 1 down.
Good call, Kelvin. Great call.
They were 4 down. They were facing defeat at the second end. And McElroy hauls 3 out. They go for the power play, New Zealand too.
I don't mind this at all.
No.
From Sharon Sims and the New Zealand Blackjacks.
Yes, very attacking. They've been leaving it till the last end over the last couple of matches, and now they've bit the bullet. They trail 2-0 in this second set. Power play up. If they could pick up a 2 or 3 or any score, as a matter of fact, they're right back in it.
Well, as Ali Forsyth said earlier, made the comment that they always played under the feeling that if they got the opposition to throw up the power play first, it was a minor victory. But I think in this situation, New Zealand's got the last bowl, haven't they? They didn't win that. They came back well. McElroy's obviously playing well. Signal, the pressure's on him now to deliver. So let's get into it and claw back that deficit and maybe hit the front with your power play.
Yes, we've got to get this close. Must get this close, Blake Signal. He had a really poor end previously. That's pretty handy.
Listen to that crowd. Unbelievable.
They're starting to stand.
Good on you, New Zealand crowd.
No prizes for guessing who John Macbeth's going for in the final.
Oh, no, I'm saying good on you, the crowd, because quite often New Zealand crowds are a bit quiet, and well, they certainly will be when, you know, things start going against them. But
well, they're starting to come out of their shell, I think, John.
Yeah, they've had a good night tonight. They've seen a lot of success from New Zealand. They've won 2 games. They've had to do this the hard way, New Zealand. Win the elimination final, beat Murray, then win the preliminary final against the Gold Coast Hawks. Blake Signal looking to lift his work rate and looking to partner up with Shannon McElroy.
Well, it's a power play end, so it's a massive end for the New Zealand Blackjacks. And this looks terrific. It's on track for another one, and the crowd have gone mad here. Sounds like an F-111 flying over the stadium.
what I think too is that McElroy's been feeling it a bit for Signal, you know, because he knows he's been struggling, and I think he's just happy that for him that he's getting in there.
Well, now the pressure's back on Sydney Lions. Karen Murphy. What can she deliver? Well, it's exactly the opposite to the previous end. Not close enough.
So would it be fair to say that Blake Signal needs to almost play the same shot again, Kelvin?
Same bowl, put the heat right on Aaron Sheriff.
McElroy just saying around that shot bowl and just over. He doesn't want the jack to be moved, of course, because that would...
This has been Blake Signal's end. It's the best that he has played thus far. And he is on the forehand and approaching with a very nice amount of
That's
weight.
not where he wanted it. He wanted over that. He wanted 3 metres on that.
Well, they've got 2, John. That's the important part.
Exactly.
And it is the power play, so it's worth 4 as we lie on this 3rd end of the 2nd set of the final.
3 remaining each for the Sydney Lions and for the New Zealand Blackjacks, and it will be Aaron Sheriff.
You just feel this is the end that could make the difference in this final. This is where it could be decided.
Double points for the Blackjacks in their power play.
Oh, this is looking good. Has he got the weight to get in? Not quite.
Well, he's cut it back to 1.
This might force a change of hand for McElroy. Do you think he'll come the other way?
Well, it's pretty blocked on the other way in. There's a few bowls short.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably the only option he's got.
Yeah.
Can't afford to turn Aaron Sheriff's last bowl in.
He needs to do this with a fair level
of
touch and finesse.
As much as you can. Well, anything past a bit wide. Weight was good.
Yeah. AC/DC enjoyed it.
They did. Probably be due for another tour in the next couple of years, wouldn't they? Aaron Sheriff playing the forehand. Karen Murphy urges this one on towards the jack.
Feather.
Can he get a little tickle forward? He can.
Might have it.
Hang on.
No, it is, yes. They got the shot out of it. Great play by Aaron Sheriff.
Well, an ounce of luck. Aaron Sheriff, good weighted bowl, but he gets a slide off the New Zealand bowl, flops over, 1 shot.
And McElroy quickly on the response. He's going to play with weight. He's going to try and take that Sydney shot out, push his own forward.
That's the trouble with those short bowls sometimes, isn't it?
Who put that there?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, he's opened it up. That's the good thing about it.
Yeah.
He's got that bowl out of the way now.
Gee, he didn't mess around, did he?
So 1 bowl each to play, the 2 skippers. The Aaron Sheriff to play his last bowl. Power play for the New Zealand Blackjacks, so it's a huge end in the aspect of this game.
But they trail by 1 because of Aaron Sheriff's last shot. To do it all over again. Now, Kelvin, talk to us about the shot on offer for Shannon McElroy.
Well, I think you're going to find Shannon McElroy play exactly the same as his previous bowl. A weighted shot.
Onto those 2 green ones. It'll take his shot out, a second shot out, but it'll leave them with a shot just slightly short, which would...
Chris Green just saying nominated to kill the end as well as an option. Well, he needs contact here. Well, he's got it. He's got it.
What drama. 𝘗𝘳𝘥𝘭𝘺, let's have a look at the replay.
Well, absolutely perfect. Gets both bowls out of the head. New Zealand pick up one. Double shots on the power play, and they're back to all.
Oh.
How's your heart rate? It's now the Sydney Lions' turn to go for the power play, and in doing that, they have subbed Karen Murphy out of the match. Ben Twist back in. So the combination that got them over the line in BPL04 will see this one out for the Lions.
Mid position for the mat and the jack. Just a change. Signal. Oh, my word.
Well, I reckon get Joe Edwards back on. It's my gut feel.
Yeah.
Blake's just not getting in there close enough. And there you see Joe Edwards on screen. I'm sure she'd love to be on there.
And that can happen at any time too. So it doesn't have to be the change of an end. It's 9 times out of 10 it is, but substitute can be made at any stage.
Ben Twist. It's a Sydney Lions power play. Left open draw. It's a pretty good starter from Ben Twist.
Got to respond, Blake Signal. He can't afford to be where he was on the first shot. He might need to try and get past his first shot on the way through. He will do that.
He looks a lot better.
He'll navigate that traffic, and he will just fall past. Still 1 to Sydney.
Almost. Not quite. Well, the crowd would love a tie-break, I know that.
Yeah.
Whether it's going to happen or not, we'll have to wait and see.
This way, mate. What you got now, mate?
Sheriff wants it. They're going to get in there.
Well, one thing's for certain, we are going to get history in BPL05 because no one has won this event twice.
You're right, yeah.
New Zealand won it in the 3rd instalment, and last year it was Sydney.
Last ball for Signal. Power play, Sydney Lions. They won the first set, 3-2. It's 2-all in the second. Nicely tracking. Shot ball comes in.
A happy Blake is a happy New Zealand.
We can give a smile away. He's got to be nervous with that look.
I'm just watching some of the non-play, the people who finished playing, and they're applauding the teams are into it.
Yep.
Whether they've got a favourite to win or not, I don't know, but they're certainly enjoying it.
Well, it's a classic final.
Come on, Benny. Come on, Huey.
Benny Twist might just look for a little bit extra. Calls it to get up. And that is a very, very nice attempt that will see Sydney Lions take the one shot.
Heard it.
McElroy and Sheriff walk to the mat on the changeover.
You heard Aaron Sheriff say awesome to Ben Twist then, and it was a telling bowl because it's the New Zealand. Now you're on the defence here. Sydney Lions power play.
Really got to restrict them if they can to a single.
Not a bad first upper from Shannon McElroy. There's room for improvement there. Aaron Sheriff, the 4-time International Bowler of the Year, won the singles gold at the Australian Open in 2016. He knows what it takes to win on the big stage.
Well, it was a good track. He didn't need too much.
See that New Zealand's got second shot just over the jack. Now, McElroy will be looking to draw it, and a little movement would be great for the Blackjacks.
And he's just got to take 18 inches off. That's all he needs to do.
Come on, Shane. Get down, buddy.
Good home. Work. Oh.
Now it falls over. It felt like an eternity before that ball was going to flop over. One down.
Well What a bowl.
That's on Ben Twist Say So too. Wait now, Sheriff. The
He's after
result
it.
is shot bowl,
Oh,
stays
no.
there. Might be 2 now.
Well, I'm not sure. Well,
Gee. We're talking millimetres here.
Yeah.
well, the actual shot bowl has moved, but they may still have one, New Zealand.
Just one, yep. We can see that now. Blake Signal stood over doing the bowler's finger measure. The marker's taking his call.
Shannon McElroy
Well, how big's this bowl?
has been Mr. Thursday night.
How big's this bowl? A touch on the jack would be massive. Any touch on the jack would be huge. He doesn't want to give it away, though. Well, all butts. Perfect weight.
Mind you,
He's moved that ball.
that's tough now for Sheriff, but he can still get round there into the draw, but then he's got to draw dead because, again, movement of the jack, any...
A reminder that Sydney are on the power play.
Going the other hand on the forehand.
This would absolutely throw it open. He's missed. New Zealand will take one from end number 4. They lead by 1. And this is a cliffhanger.
To the New Zealand Blackjacks in 3-2, going to the final.
Both teams hanging on for dear life. We go down to end number 5. And if you've tuned in, haven't you tuned in at the right time? The City Lions, as you can see, took the first set 3-2. So all the Lions need to do is draw this second set and they will win the Bowls Premier League. New Zealand must win set number 2 to push it to a tiebreaker.
Yes, what an end we've got here in this final. They will be going for everything because Sydney can make it back-to-back. BPL wins. New Zealand, they want to keep their hopes alive to make it 2 wins possibly as well.
Black Signal starts brilliantly. Blackjacks leading 3-2. So the power plays have worked against the teams, haven't they?
Yeah.
They've
Yes.
each conceded 1 shot.
And you can see by the scores, what a final. 3-2. Sydney Lions first set. Now the Blackjacks 3-2 in front. So it's really been
So it's been 1-2, that's all.
pretty much a game of ones.
All the rest have been singles.
Shows you how close it's been. Blake Signal.
The longer this second set's gone, the better Blake Signal has become.
Yeah.
Just feel he's just starting to get back in the groove. It's going to pull up. It's going to pull up. It's on the right road. Benny Twist might be forced to leave his forehand and go to his backhand now. It's exactly what he does.
It's always in the game there, mate.
You heard Aaron Sheriff say that, exactly that. It's always in the game. And how often have we seen that?
Whereas, you know, those other 2 of Blake's are not so much on the game when they're short. They still could play a role with, but certainly they're not the same positive bowl as Ben Twist's.
The jack doesn't go forward very often. So this bowl here, Blake signals he needs to be here. Can't afford to be short. Ideally, he'd like to be right on top of it.
That's almost right on top of it. Pressure bowls from Blake Signal. Good response. Changed his hand to play that.
We are counting down.
Strain showing on everyone's face.
A little over a handful of bowls left on the 5th end. If you've got any fingernails left, you're better than what we are.
Well, Ben Twist trying really hard here. Touch of the jack, maybe. Yes.
That'll do.
Great shot, Ben Twist.
2 shots.
Sydney took the first set and then on their way to the second, Kelvin.
Perfect trail of the jack. Makes 2. Karen Murphy's happy. Sydney Lions are happy. And now we're back to Shannon McElroy. Finds himself 2 down.
6 bowls left. McElroy to go first with a weighted option down the middle. Try and cause some disruption, and he takes his own away.
Well, those were those 2 short bowls we were talking about.
Spot on, John.
Yeah.
Yep, there were no value there whatsoever. Good thing they're out of the way.
Look at it. Aaron Sheriff just trying to feast on the carcass. He was quick on the mat.
Well, respot, I reckon.
Yeah.
Going deep. That's a pretty good shot from Aaron Sheriff. Perfect. Draw to that. Well, this is a big call.
Both teams still have their timeout available.
No. I think he's got to go for this.
Yeah. He couldn't hear that. He couldn't hear over the music. He had to ask him again.
Well, he's playing weight. I think this is the right shot. It's the right shot, I think.
Oh.
Whoa!
Oh, my word.
Well, he's got a touch it. It's gone through in the ditch.
There is not a New Zealand bowl on the Big Blue at the moment.
That's right.
It is all Sydney.
Meanwhile, Aaron Sheriff's on his way. They're in the box seat.
Yeah. Oh, without doubt.
They're holding...
He just needs to put one up there.
Well, they're holding 4. Wherever this bowl goes, as long as it stays on the rink, that's going to be a counter. Well, this is massive now. Shannon McElroy is going to be forced to
can't
draw the shot,
that,
I think, unless he nominates to kill.
Well, that is up his sleeve. He can knock the ditch out of play, and we can do this all over again. He chooses not to.
I think he's going for it.
He's going to have a go. The weight
He's played
of a
some
nation.
big shots.
This is massive.
This is the biggest.
Down the line. He's off target. We have witnessed history. The Sydney Lions have done what no other franchise in Bowls Premier League have been able to do. And the Lions go back-to-back at the North Shore Events Centre in an absolute final for the ages.
Oh. Well, if that doesn't get people interested in bowls and gagging to see the next episode, I don't know what will. We've seen 4 fabulous matches tonight. Each one of them of the highest class and rivetingly exciting. And this one goes down to the wire, but it is the Sydney Lions who win 3-2, 6-3, and they are the champions for the 2nd year in a row.
Jubilant scenes out on Big Blue. Stephen McIver is in amongst all of the action. And unfortunately for the New Zealand Blackjacks, as close as they came, they just fell so short. Stephen McIver, it's all yours.
Blake, Joe, close, and that's what finals are all about. That was a tough one.
Yeah, you know, it was. But at the end of the day, they just played that little bit better than us in this one. So, yeah.
It's been a hell of a ride this week, hasn't it? You took your time to get used to the rink, but you came good on the right day.
Yeah, certainly. You know, a lot of up and downs in the whole tournament, but I think every team has had the same kind of thing. So, you know, I think that the bowls have been a lot better as the tournament's gone on the portable rink, and you know, looking forward to next year. Yeah,
we are indeed. I know it's disappointing, but it's always good to have a Kiwi crowd right behind you on our dirt.
Oh, indeed, you know, and the crowd has been absolutely fantastic tonight, eh? The support has been unreal, so never played bowls in anything like it, so thank you very much.
All right, well played, and thanks for the entertainment. We'll talk now to Aaron Sheriff and Ben Twist. Okay, champs, back-to-back for the first time. That's history in the BPL. It was a nice little mini battle between you and Shannon, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's you know, my brother over the ditch, so to speak. We've known each other for years, and you know, he's played amazing this event, and you know, we needed a bit of luck to get the title, but in this format you need some luck, and they're just ecstatic.
Well, a bit like the Blackjacks coming right on a Thursday. You guys came right on a Thursday, having dropped your 4 into this one, and then you just came good. And Ben, you played some beautiful bowls tonight.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's quite exciting to be over in Auckland with this. What a great atmosphere tonight. Just seconding what Blake said, that the crowd is just amazing, and the atmosphere tonight was outstanding.
Guys, there's a lot more to do, like the presentations, getting the check and the trophy. So go and enjoy. We'll see you in a minute.
All right, thank you.